Not bad. Not bad. We won the game 106-96. And when it comes to this game, we'll get the bad out before we get to the good, because the good does deserve more talk than the bad. Doc Rivers, what was that? That was unacceptable, Doc. We were up 15 points with 3 minutes to go. You were up 18 with literally 4 minutes, something changed to go. Why did we fail to pull out our starters? We did not pull out our starters until literally 1:20-ish to go in the game. I don't understand. Like, are you turning into Tom Thibodeau? Are you turning into Tom Thibodeau? Your rotations over the last 4 or 5 games honestly leave to be desired. I don't think we should even our starter that long, especially Joel Embiid coming off a knee bruise. You literally told us we're going to be more cautious than aggressive. So why is Joel Embiid in a game? You're up 15, it's over. If the Boston Celtics outscore you by 16 with 2 minutes or less, props to the Boston Celtics. Please don't turn into Tom Thibodeau on me. I can deal with the fact that if you want to play a 6'7" Mike Scott liability at center, you moved into power forward tonight, and he actually has some quality minutes defensively. Not offensively, we all know that's never happening. But defensively, he had some quality minutes against Jason Tatum tonight. See what happened when the 6'7" guy is in the center? So, for all role that Paul Reed may be, the 6'9" guy with a 7'2" wingspan should be playing center. Let him make his mistakes at center rather than play the undersized guy at center and get 3 rebounds in 20 minutes. Just doesn't make sense. You saw a way more effective power forward than you did at center. Keep the power forward at power forward. Keep the 6'7" guy on wings. That's all. Putting him against big men, I know it's because Ben, Dwight, etc., whatever. But even still, find a way to avoid that mismatch. He ain't a 5. Period. Run with the kid. He'll make mistakes. It's whatever. Because Mike Scott's no 5. Period. Like, this game just showed it. Mike Scott is more effective at the 4 than he is at the 5. Which, more effective is a very marginal statement. But I will take a marginally better player if he must play minutes. If he must play minutes, don't put him at the center position. That's all I ask. All I ask, this adjustment, all I ask, don't put Mike Scott at center. 6'7", 230 pounds of him. Stop. We kind of saw that on the Celtics side with Robert Williams, and all he managed to do was foul out. Undersized bigs, unless you have some incredible motor like Ben Wallace. I've never seen it otherwise, right? So, Tobias Harris was hot and cold early. But we all know about Tobias. He preserved. He got himself to the rim. Got a couple of free throws. Knocked down a jumper or 2, I believe. And, he didn't even attempt a free. But he was 4 of 11, 10 points. And it what it is. But I thought late in the 4th quarter, I thought he did some things. Danny Green only took 7 shots, but damn did he make the most of them. 5 for 6 for 3 for 17 points. Now you know that's sufficient. Plus 21 on the night. Way to go, Danny Green. Making the most of your 23 minutes. Making the most of your 23 minutes. The story of the night really is Joel Embiid. Plus 12, 35 points, 6 rebounds, 20 free throws. 20! Because it's not like he was super efficient for the field. 9 for 19, 47%. although he had this awesome James Harden step back, he did it in the Utah game to send you into overtime, right? Actually, he did it in the Cleveland game. The Utah one was just dribbling out to the three-point line. But once again, he breaks out this James Harden step back. I would actually like to see him use that more than once. Like, if that's something that he's practicing, if that's something that he's starting to knock down, a 7-footer with a James Harden step back, give me some Sham God out of my son. You kidding? But that actually gets to another point. Everyone wanted to know, everyone was on edge. Big, tall, Panther guy. Dude, what's up with you? Now, you win, so you're kind of okay. Like, as long as we win. If we win the championship with the most expensive role player of all time, I guess we're chill. If we win the championship, I guess I am chill with this, right? You ride your Hall of Fame center. 4 for 7, 4 for 8 from the free throw line, 12 points, 6 assists, 3 steals, and only 2 turnovers. I don't want this to be his norm. This is not something we should be celebrating. I'm not going to be like, ooh, that's the best shit that we did, boy. No. To again put it into perspective, Steph Curry scored 9. Tobias Harris found a way to score 10. The same amount of points as Furkan Korkmaz. Well, he's not a scorer, he's a distributor. 6 assists. I didn't even think his distributing game was that great. Although, to Big Tall Panther guy's credit, he had a moment where he gets you this James Harden, not James Harden, this Dr. J, Julius Erving, reverse layup, 360 degrees, and then he had another layup type of shot where he goes left to right, some change of direction for the first time, I think, in his career. So he showed you that he does have some footwork. He shows you that he has some understanding of the fundamentals of a ball handler. But then in the same token, there was a stretch in the third quarter where it was starting to look like that again, where he starts running into people and throwing away a ball. He's not 85 to 90%. It's more like 55 to 60%. The dude needs to work at the 40%. To be able to use your dribble, to be able to use the change of direction, to be able to get low and then finish high and explosive. These are the things that, quite frankly, he should have had in his game a long time ago. Like, this is year 5, and you still have a type of turnover where you run into people. You're like a poor man's John Wall sometimes. How did we get here where it's year 5, and the fundamentals of his game just are utterly gone? Or, for that matter, never even existed. So it's like, yeah, we won. Make no mistake, we won. And I guess I'm happy that he contributed positively to the win. And Bad Ben, his appearance was very brief in duration, which is all you need. If you're going to stink it up a little, make sure your stink up doesn't affect the rest of the game. But is this $30 million? No. No, not even close. And the argument will be, well, Joel Embiid took 19 shots. Yeah, and it goes down from there. Tobias took 11, Curry took 9, Green took 7, Ben himself took 7, Shake Milton took 8, Furkan took 7. And come on, man. And somebody say, well, Or do we want him taking these shots to be shooting people at 50%? Like Candace Parker called him out. And Candace Parker is right. What are we going to do in the tournament? What are we going to do in the tournament when we're playing? Sure, whether it's Miami, Charlotte, whatever, we're going to sweep them either way. If it's New York, we'll gentlemen sweep New York. Those are the problem. I don't give a shit. We're going to sweep the first round automatically. Whether we finish number 1 or number 2, we're going to sweep the first round series without question. The bottom 5 to 8 are just trash. And we know that. The bottom 5 to 8 are trash. But then, the second round, you might play a Milwaukee. You might play, obviously a Brooklyn. That's going to be a 7-game series. Can we afford this? That's going to be the test in a couple of weeks. We're going to be healthy. Will Kevin Durant ever play a game again? It's the NBA Mystery of the Year. I do believe that Steve Nash and the Nets organization might be fibbing to us a little bit about the extent of Kevin Durant's injury. I do believe that they're fibbing. Because they've been saying, he's around the corner for the last 3 weeks now. Like, it's not that big a deal, it's precautionary. But we're going to hold him out an extra month. Precautionary, my ass. I do think that there's something behind the scenes. Obviously, I'm not in the Nets organization. I don't know Nash and Marks and those guys, but call it a gut feeling. Call it my intuition. Something's happening there in Brooklyn. Who knows? But even though there are like reports of, KD might return tomorrow, don't bet on it. I'm telling you, don't bet on it. This feels like Andrew Bynum. Remember when we got Andrew Bynum? And it was like Andrew Bynum was going to change the face of the Sixer franchise? Remember that? I remember that. That was an embarrassing moment in my life. I was the one at the Constitutional Center who said, I love you, Bynum! Because I love franchise centers, like Joel Embiid. It feels like the Nets are going through their Bynum. Will we be in tomorrow? Who knows? I'd love to see it, because I would like to see some competition in this pathetic excuse of a conference. When Joel Embiid is on the floor, I'm able to feel the way I feel about the conference. This conference is shit! There's no reason we shouldn't make these conference finals. Milwaukee? Man, come on! But a lot of this also, we need a better big tall passer guy. We need a better Ben Simmons. We could not be sitting here with 12, 6, and 4 and being like, hooray! And then he's gonna go 6 or 7 from outside forever? Yeah, very few shooters. Steph Curry's 45% is the pinnacle. Very few shooters are going to be shooting 83% from beyond the 3-point line. So it was a great win, necessary win to tie back up in the first. And it's a conference win. And that's the other thing too. The more conference wins you get, it's going to be easier to maintain the number 1 seed. But do I trust Ben Simmons in the playoffs? Do I trust him in this tournament? Get back to me on that when we play the Nets in 2 weeks. I need to see if facilitator Ben, who does not impact the game on the offensive end, can actually exist in a series where Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving are in a series. I need to see if that can actually be a thing. Because I don't know if that could be a thing when it matters against those type of guys. But against a team of Robert Williams, yeah, you can get away with that. Good win. Good night. 6 of the universe signing off.